I'm coming at you live from Ocean City. Everybody else, they're at their houses. Poor them. Anyway, it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for what used to be called Nova Nation, but now it's called something else, and we'll talk about that when we get started, everybody. Nova Nation, and not anymore. We are going to change that up, and we'll talk about a little bit about that first. But let me bring in my superstar co-host for our program here that we're going to be calling, at least tonight, kind of like the Washington football team. We're going to call it the Nova Restaurant and Bar News, at least for the time being. First, let me bring in Mr. Billy Reilly. Billy Reilly, what's up, brother?
What's going on, my brother? Living the dream.
How you doing, man?
Living the dream, man, you know.
Living the dream.
Trying.
Here's Lisa. Lisa Marie.
Hey.
My girl. Our girl.
Hey.
The
How you doing?
superstar.
There she is.
There she is. How you doing, Lisa?
I'm doing great.
You look like you're hanging out. No one's doing as good as me, though, folks. Look where I am.
I know.
I'm at the beach.
That's not
Oh,
fair.
gosh.
We're stuck working and you're out there playing.
That's right.
That's right. I'm at the beach having a ball, folks. All right.
Playing
we
and
have
doing his
guests
thing.
today. Should we bring both guests on at the same time, Billy?
Now, why don't you bring Sal in first, and then
We'll bring in Sal, and then we'll bring my main man, Kevin Bednaris.
Exactly.
Bednaris. I'm
That's
so
right.
bad with spelling. Spelling was not my first thing in school. So here's Sal. Sal Spiezel. How are you,
Yeah,
sir?
yes.
I'm
Hi,
doing
Sal.
good, Lee.
It's
Hey,
Peter.
Billy. Hi, Lisa.
Hey, Sal.
Hi.
Congratulations
Nice
on
to
your
meet you.
success. I follow you everywhere.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah.
I'll
good
tell
to
you
know.
what,
Congratulations.
we're looking-
Congratulations.
we're looking forward to getting out to your place, Sal. I love it there. Total rock star, and we're gonna talk to you about your place and your history. So, Lee, go ahead.
Yeah, no. So Sal, basically, we're this is the restaurant and bar news show, but we're going to come up with another name someday. I don't know, but soon enough. But we want to know basically how you guys been doing at your restaurant, and how's this whole thing that we're dealing with? We're trying not to say the C word, but how's everything going for you right now? As far as, is it just takeout? Do you have an outdoor area? What's going on?
So for us, we have a great customer base, and we're blessed. It's been hard on all of us. And when all of this started, basically, I had talked to all the employees. We were going to start cutting time, cutting places, cutting pay, and everything else. And a lot of the answers they were giving me, like, well, how am I going to pay my rent? How am I going to buy my food and everything else? I came home and I talked to my wife, Gina, and I said, we can't do this. I said, we can't lay anybody off and stuff. So we went back the next day. We had an employee meeting, and we said, okay, hey, this is a family. We're going to have 65 employees. We're going to work together. We're going to come up with different ideas, and we're going to all survive together, just like a family does. We don't throw any of the kids out of the house. So we kept everybody. We came up with, of course, the curbside, pickup, which the customers were fantastic. But one of the best one of all was the feed the first responders. And so as of today, we have fed 11,350 meals to the first responders. We were very well received from the country. They put us on the national news and the local news. And and folks were sending us money all the way from Guam, from Mexico, all over the United States. So we were able to produce and keep everybody cooking and the staff. So we've kept the entire staff. As a matter of fact, we hired one extra individual. So I love the customers in the Centerville area, the support, the first responders, and everybody. You know, they have, their support has been incredible. So it's kept everybody's with a paycheck in their hand. It has kept the restaurant open the entire time, and you know, we were able to feed. We fed Fair Oaks Hospital emergency room lunch and dinner every day. Some Fairfax Hospital, and we were alternating the deputies, all the 3 fire station, 16, 17, and 38. All the police, the doctors, the nurses, and it just got a lot bigger than I wanted to. But we know, as an Italian, we don't say no. And so when people kept on asking us, "Can you feed us?" we kept on saying yes. And
it's true.
And you know, we don't have a no in our vocabulary, so it got a lot bigger than
I dated an Italian girl one time.
Yeah.
He's absolutely correct.
I tell you what, there were a lot of the support was incredible. The support.
So Sal, give us a number, a fundraising number of what you brought in to maintain being able to feed that many people. Give me a number.
So we raised almost $160,000 from around the country. So
it's fabulous.
Yeah,
that's unbelievable. And you know what? I've been following Sal, guys, for 6-8 months. I knew of him before that, but I didn't know the depth of the things until I went in. And then he and I bonded, you know, obviously through social media. And I stopped. I was on my way out to Manassas for something. And I stopped in, and I was immediately thrown to a great table, met his daughter, met his son-in-law, who they met there. They're getting it's a big wedding coming. The chef came out. It was fabulous. I was drawn in right away. And not just with the service and everything, but just the camaraderie of the feeling of it. And, you know, it's amazing. So, Sal, tell us a little bit about your history. Fighter pilot.
Well, I was born in Italy, in Sicily, came to the United States. I grew up in New York City. I went to the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs. I was the first born Italian to attend the academy, as a matter of fact. Graduated out of there, went to flight school, graduated at the top of the class, was able to get a fighter out of there, and I got to fly some incredible fighters. And then from there, basically, I ended up here working as an aide to a 4-star general. Then for American Airlines for 32 years, just retired flying 777s for them to Rome and Milan and Barcelona and Madrid, and down to South America a lot. So I've had a great career. So both the military and the airline and owning the restaurants that I've owned. And I love people. Everybody always asks me, why do you own restaurants? And the reason everybody thinks I'm a chef, I can't even boil an egg. I have a machine that my son got me from Amazon to boil eggs because I met the eggs up. But I just, I treat everyone like family at the restaurant. We all work together. You know, my pizza guy's been with me 16 years. Anthony, my grandson, my godchild. I baptized him. I've known him. His father and my mother were brother and sister. So he had his own restaurant. I had my own. I got rid of mine. He got rid of his. And then that's how Chow came about. So it's been a great career, both in the military and flying fighters. I mean, that's a whole world by itself. And I finished with American Airlines flying 777 to Rome. It just doesn't get any better than that, And so life has been good to me. And
what a great story.
Has been fantastic.
What a great story.
So it's really, really good.
Amazing.
Billy and Lisa, his call sign is Skeeter. So next time you see him, you say, "What's up, Skeeter?"
Okay, so for the people that don't know, Sal, what is the name of your restaurant?
Ciao Osteria. So it's ciao basically is the Italian word that we use for everything. Hello, goodbye, how are you? And it's located in Centerville, Virginia. Thank you, Lisa, was saying that.
Because I don't think Lee remembered to mention that in the beginning.
No, it's a very family. On a Saturday night, for example, we have my godchild. He cooks in the back. Then we have my wife bags. She's the expediter. My new daughter-in-law, Kaylin, she's the bartender at the big side of the bar. My son Anthony works the little bar. My son Ryan does the management, and I basically do nothing. I just walk around and hug people. It's been tough these past couple of months. I've missed the hugs.
Yeah,
but it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back.
Let me bring Kevin in, because I think he might want to ask you a question too. Maybe Sal, I don't know, but that's what he does. He does this. Look at this setup he's got, guys. That background, that microphone. He's got his headphones.
Oh, he's ready.
My headphones on, but I'm
in all right. Now you're talking.
We got a little cocktail too. We're good.
That's right. So I can tell you that Chow and Sal Spiezel knows Kevin Bednaris, because if you just need to tune in to anything social media, you can't avoid him. He's like a car. He's like a car wreck. You pull up. You wonder what all the taillights are doing, and it's probably a Bednaris show. So I've known this guy, this young man, entrepreneur, artist, extraordinaire, one-off prince, comic. You should see the work. It's amazing. Owns a comic store, fundraising, bartending, flair champion. I was in Vegas and watched it.
Wow.
all in all, bartending superstar. So what we've got here is an American legend, a fighter pilot, a hero, fundraiser, and now Kevin is doing the same thing in Purcellville and in Ashburn. Kevin Bednaris.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. The story's real similar to Sal too. Like when this thing hit, everybody panicked, which we all did, right? I did too. But we were lucky enough. We had a customer who wanted to buy lunch for the nurses, like right after St. Patrick's Day. And I was like, oh, I'll split it 50-50. And he was like, no, treat it like catering, because you're going to need cash flow. And I was like, okay. So he wanted to feed 50 nurses. Instead of charging them, $18 a head, we charged them $10. We split the difference, whatever. And this created a tidal wave of things that like Sal was doing, where people were donating money. We were using that money to feed nurses. We took food to Giant and Harris Teeter, because those guys are essential frontline heroes. I don't care what anybody says. The grocery store is like, people need to give them more respect. Frontline workers, EMTs, everything. And it just created this snowball effect where I was building this little pot of donations, and we were matching it dollar for dollar and going out and feeding nurses and first responders. And it was a way to keep our staff busy and a way to bring in a little bit of revenue and a way to make a good mark on the community, but not to like show off, but to show that you can turn a negative into a positive.
Yes.
And I love Sal's story, because that's exactly what he did, and it works. And we're a family also. And I looked at my wife and said, do we want to close for 2 months and lose, I don't know, 10 grand, and suck it up? Or we put a chip on our shoulder because I want to prove to my kid, to my coworkers, to my cooks, all these people that are relying on us, that we can do this, man. We can do this for 3 months. We could do this for a year if we have to. I don't want to. Yeah. But we can. And if you're pivoting and creative, you can. And I'm not saying everybody can do it, because some industries can't. But like if you're sharp and you pivot and you work your ass off, you can get through it. And it's kind of been, in a weird way, exciting, for sake of a better word. I don't want to go through this again. I don't want to see people sick. But it's been exciting to see how resilient our staff is, and most of all, how generous our customers are. I mean, they're dropping $100 tips for carryout. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Wow.
So,
that's
awesome. Amazing.
Hey, Kevin. What's the name of your place and where are you located before Lisa gets on me?
So we're coming up on 25 years.
You know it's coming.
25-year anniversary at the Ashburn Pub, and obviously in Ashburn, Virginia, one of the first little neighborhood bars there. It's like Cheers. We opened the Purcellville Pub out here by me a year ago. So that was our 1-year anniversary spent, doing carry out. And then my buddy Rob is now the general manager at Comic Logic, a little comic shop that helped him get started in Ashburn. So, but Purcellville and Ashburn, it's the two, and we're just cranking.
That sounds great, man.
What's it like there? What kind of a restaurant is this?
So Ashburn is Cheers, right? Like it's like a cockroach, man. I can't get rid of it no matter what. Like these guys are coming out. I went in there the other day and I'm like, all right, you guys are barely 6 feet apart. Like, right? Billy knows. It's a family. It's an army
A cockroach.
They are. I mean, these guys will do anything for each other. They put that restaurant. It's unbelievable. So Percival, where I live, I didn't realize was what's the word? As finicky, maybe, right? Out in Western Loudon. I love it out here. But Percival's a little bit more like a restaurant than a bar. Still a lot of community with the high schools and the local people. Everybody knows everybody's business. So it's a little bit different. It's a little bigger. But both have the same menu and all the same, all the same qualities.
Gotta combine.
So what's your menu look like? Yeah. What kind of stuff do you have there?
Amazing wings. We got beaver wings, which is a beaver sauce named after one of our regulars. Half price burgers on Thursday. We do Taco Tuesday. Yeah, we got all kinds of good stuff. But I mean, it's contemporary.
Hold on. I have the T-shirt. I have the original T-shirt.
Got beaver.
Okay? Got beaver. Yep.
Why does that not surprise me? Why?
Don't look at me. He's creative.
Her real name was Laura Beaver. She was a phys ed teacher at the local high school, and every time she got in there, she'd be like, mix the buffalo sauce with the Jack Daniels, and then after a while, like, just make it beaver style. So we put it on the menu. Right, it's catchy and it's become our thing. But the wings, the burgers, the whole deal.
How did I know that was going to come back on?
I wouldn't say catchy. I would say suggestive.
Suggestive.
How about if we use that word?
Yep. But the community, the fan base, whatever you want to call it, is there. And when this happened, I saw a great post someone said, remember that bar or restaurant that gave you the gift cards for your kids' Little League and sponsored your fundraiser and helped you out, the last 20 years. Now's the time to get carry out. And that's what happened. And they came out, man, and it was humbling. Tears, man. Like, you just couldn't believe people that just drank Budweiser were ordering food just to keep you going and tipping your staff with 50s and 100s. Yeah. Amazing. Incredible.
And across the board, that's what I've been hearing from other restaurants. My buddy who lives out in Loudon himself, he lives in whatever that big neighborhood is.
Like One Loudon?
They go to this one restaurant. He said the man came out with their food crying, because there was a line of cars to get pizza and stuff like that. And of course, they had called ahead. So he had the orders in his restaurant.
The emotion is real. I'm telling you, there were people coming in doing things that I never thought I'd see customers do. And the one thing I will say we pivoted is I knew my kitchen staff, they could go leave. They could go get landscaping jobs or painting jobs, or they get unemployment. So my thing was, if I got to pay out of pocket, anything I can do to keep them paid, got some PPP money. So I kept my kitchen staff intact. And that was huge, because I think now in Sale, you've probably seen it. Yeah. Medium to larger restaurants are trying to reopen. They don't have the kitchen staff. And if they hire new people, they're not trained. So you go to a good restaurant like, I don't know, Ruth Chris, or I don't know, something like that size, the quality is going to be tough because they can't pivot like a small family-owned community place. Right.
That's right.
So it's going to take them longer. I think we're lucky, Sal and I, in the size we are, because that family thing.
No, I tell you what, I've cried more during these 4 months, probably, from the generosity of people. I had this one lady that came in, and she came in. The way this all started really was a congressman was there the first day when all of this started, and he gave me a $700 check. He goes, give this to your employees because I know it's going to get bad. And then the guy behind him, who owns a car maintenance shop, he left me a stack of $400 bills to give to the employees. But this lady came in to the restaurant one day, about 2-3 days after we had done this, the donations and everything else. She wasn't dressed very well, and she came. She goes, "Can I speak to the owner?" I said, "Sure, I'm the owner." I said, "What can I do for you?" She goes, "I want to help. I want to donate." I said, "Sure." She goes, "I only have $8. She goes, "I don't have much." She goes, "But I want to donate." I said, "Ma'am," I said, "we have enough money. Why don't you keep your money? We have something to eat." He goes, and don't worry about it. We have enough money. And she goes, "No." She goes, "You know what?" She goes, "I want to be part of this.
Yep.
I want to give you the $8. And I hugged her.
Yes.
And I started crying. I said,
people are gonna remember that in 2 months or 2 years or whenever the dust settles. People that made it through this darkness and come out the other side, the customers, they better remember it, but they're going to remember that. And I just think our business is going to be even better. I do.
We've had a really good week when it all started and people are coming back, and everyone has thanked us just because of what you're saying, Kevin. Right there. They do remember, and they're going, "We're here because of what you did. We're here because of what your staff did." And you're right. The tips have been incredible. that they're making more money now than they've ever made before, just because of the generosity of our customer. And this is what we do as American folks. You know, I know there's a lot of bad stuff going on, and the media just makes a little section, you know, it looks like it's the end of the world. But you know what? 90% of us, the America, this is who we are. This is what we are, all on the same boat, and we all fight for each other, and we're great Americans, and we take care of each other. And this is what we do best, you know?
So I think one of the key words that's come out of this that Kevin used, and that when we brought Sal in on, is pivoting, is key to, you know, I get asked this question daily, different shows I'm on or different things I get to, and they're like, Billy, you know, what do you see? I said, you know what, the people that are making it are grinders. They were raised that way. They're just, they don't see the bleak. They see opportunity in everything, and it becomes a labor of, like Kevin said, do I teach my son this, or do I cave and do that?
Right.
And some people, everybody's learning a good lesson in pressure and stress and these things. But you two both have, and I know you both well, you have just a knack. I mean, people follow you guys, you're leaders. Sal, you don't even know. I mean, my son's cardiologist who saved my young child is Patrick Callahan. Very big fan of yours. I know the Coakleys. I've known Jay Coakley and David Coakley for 30 years. I know all of these people that come into your place. Kevin, you and I are family. I mean, I don't even know where to start with that. I mean, you know, the people you bought the place from, those fabulous people, you know, just the journeys you and I took across USA for everything that we did. And all in all, I think that both of you in your ways are superhuman. That's not the norm. Everybody else out there is still trying to catch up to you, trying to figure it out. I mean, we've got 12 restaurants in Fairfax City with 8 struggling. And the ones that aren't are the ones that grind it out, that got right behind the takeout and right behind this. And Bill Hamrock, he's in there every night, you know, cooking meals and takeouts. And it's just, it's amazing to watch. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you guys, not because I would be proud of you no matter what. I mean, but I'm just proud to be in an industry where that I just look up to you guys so much. You know, I mean, it's amazing.
It's been crazy out here because you have Brian at Monk's, you have Coach's Corner, you have Casa Tequila, Eric over at Magnolia's. And when this thing started, we created a thread and we were sharing styrofoam cups. I couldn't get ground beef. Eric would bring it over. He couldn't get to-go containers. We'd bring it to him because we all said, if we all stay open, people will be out and circulating. Again, humbling is all get out that they would do that. And then all of a sudden Eric goes, I want to order $400 worth of food to feed my kitchen staff in the morning. So the next week I go get barbecue from Monk's and I bring it over. So you've seen that. And it's like, what do they say? No pressure, no diamonds. And to see so many people in the restaurant business, you could have 30 people on the show and you're going to hear that same story. There's a common DNA in the people that, like you said, got by quickly, and you're going to see them when the dust settles, probably do even better.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
you know?
I think
So
let's take a second here real quick and address some of the people who are tuning in to watch. I wanted to say hi to Adam Berry. He said that donating money to Ashburn and Percival pubs was the best thing he ever did for restaurants. Jody McDermott said a proud part of the Pub Nation. Matt Suppley, same thing. He said he wants everybody to come out and play in the big Sweden golf tournament.
That's right.
Look at that.
Dude, that's right. That's right.
You know, speaking about Sal and you, Kevin, you know, the thing is, we've got a ton of people, and I want to invite us also, everybody who's watching, please comment, please share. Give us a little thumbs up or thumbs down, whatever. We don't care. Just give us something so we know you're there. And, you know, one of the things that I found that has been so gratifying watching all the restaurants is you mentioned, Kevin, people sharing, restaurants sharing with each other, sharing space. You know, we've got all kinds of people around this whole area that are working together to make things happen for each other so that everybody can stay open. I mean, I understand this is something I just learned recently. Apparently, there's no coins or something like that, right? What's the deal with that? Tell me. I mean, are you guys looking for coins also, or I've seen signs? Please pay with coins. What's that about?
I don't see that, but last week we couldn't get iced tea, and then this week we couldn't get orange juice. So the supply chain is wacky every week. Luckily, my wife, who literally runs the show, and my GM, Chris, they handle it because every week it's a surprise.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we used to run from the restaurant I worked at. We used to run to Giant all the time. And
you always want to open up.
Yeah, you never know who's going to eat what, and it's all gone.
Yep.
Anyway, Lisa, did you have any questions for the guys?
No, I think it's amazing how you guys have helped each other out, and you've managed to survive all this, and you're doing well. It's really inspiring.
You know what's amazing is that during bad times and bad things brings great people and great things.
Yeah.
So from this tragic, that we've lost people, I think it brings humanity, and it brings the people's heart out, and you can tell from customers how thankful they are that you're open, how thankful that you are that that you're serving, and they want you to stay open. And it's amazing how many people come to us and they go, please stay open, we'll do whatever it takes. And it makes your heart, it warms your heart, and it just gives you faith in humanity. It really does.
Cut it out. I'm about to freaking lose it here. I'm about to cry my eyes out. I don't need the pressure anymore, Sal. I'm telling you, here's the common thread. Here's the common thread. Okay. Like I said, I've known Kevin from 21, 22 on.
Yep.
He had the fire. He was one of the guys like Jimmy Cerrito at Jimmy's Old Town Tavern that said, listen, old man, I'm going to do all the shit you did, and I'm going to kick your ass and everything that you do. And, and I'm going to run right past you, because I had 10 years on these guys. And you know what? They did. Both those guys. But all of the people in that genre, they're leaders, and they're emotional leaders, and people follow them. I watched Kevin from the beginning of this. And at the beginning, it was like, it's not going to be this. It's not going to be that. And I was like, dude, you might want to this title. And you know what? He pivoted immediately upon the first local people that got it. And he started seeing what was going on, the responders. And he went uber positive with it right away. He recognizes, as we all do, the politics in it, the seriousness of it, all of that. But the common thread with both of you, and it's my honor to say this, is your leaders, your community leaders, and they follow that. People want to follow that. And not only their staffs, there are people that are driving miles and miles and miles to buy those beaver wings and to buy Sal's appetizers. And it's fabulous.
I should have brought some somehow and shared them.
I'm going to come and try some, because
we got to do a swap. But it's funny. I've noticed now we talk about all the positivity, and I hate to talk about negativity, but now what I think is interesting is how my hostesses, my managers, my wife, Chris, my GM, Maddie, everybody, you have to now size people up when they come through the door, because a lot of people didn't come out in the beginning, right? They were very apprehensive, which I totally understand. And now, even though people are still seeing surges or whatever, not to get political, but a lot of people are starting to come back out, and they're kind of putting their toe in the water. So not only do we have to be perfect as a restaurant, now you have to be twice as good with your protocols. So we have some people, they walk in with the mask and gloves and they're apprehensive. You want to sit them outside at the furthest table and make them feel comfortable. But you have some people, I literally just want to be like, you know what, just kick carry out, and then you got little kids, you got to gauge your customers. You have some rowdy regulars. You have to slow them down and tell them they can't sit at this chair, and you have to space them apart. So now there's a whole nother level, a whole nother layer of customer service that I personally think is going to be with us until March. My belief is we're going to ride this wave until the election. Who knows what happens then? Holidays will be up and down, but I'm saving my pennies for January and February. I think it'll be cold and dark, flu season. People will kind of slow down. But when that sun comes out for St. Patrick's Day 2021, I'm going to put this on record that we will be back. I really, that's my end zone. That's my goal line. I'm thinking March of next year, we will see such a semblance of normalcy. So I'm just like, let's just get to March, let's just go.
One of the things that has really impressed me by my staff, Kevin, talking about the staff. In the restaurant, because all the seats we always allocate so many tables per
Right.
server. And they don't split the tips; they just take them. Their own, whatever they make in their own section. I've had this one young man. His name is Justin, and he's been with me forever. And a couple of months ago, when all of this started, and everybody's pretty, with their money, they look how much I made, look how much I made. So that, and when everything was slowing down a little bit, somebody left him $100 tip, and he looked at that $100 tip, and I said, "Wow, the guy left you $100 tip." He looked at it, and he looked at the other waiters out there, and he goes, "You know what I'm gonna do with this?" He goes, "I think I'm gonna share this with everybody, including the kitchen." I told him, I said, "Justin, you are starting to scare me. You are growing up, man. And I'm telling you, this is what I'm seeing now. How helpful they are with each other. They all take care of each other. They all
that starts with you, Sal, and Kevin.
Yeah.
I know your guys. I know the Irish guys. I know the Brogues. I know the Bombers. I know the all of that starts with you. It started with no panic. It's going to be okay. We're gonna get through this. Sal and his wife make a decision. You and your wife poolside make a decision. When I went into the pub when this was all starting to break, and your son's at the front door. How are you? Come on in. I was like, they get it. They just get it, and it shows. And everybody's behind you guys, and it's been amazing as a lifelong professional in this industry, and knowing you guys. What an honor just to watch, and everybody's feeding off it.
We call it pulling the Reilly. That's what it's called. Pulling the Ramrod.
Pulling the Ramrod. You were talking earlier, Kevin, about how, you have to spread people out in the restaurant. And I will tell you, one of my biggest pet peeves, having worked in restaurant business, one of my pet peeves is I like to go during off hours to restaurants to eat because it's quiet. There's not a lot of people around. But inevitably, I walk into the restaurant and the hostess will say, 2 people, okay, and she seats me like right next to another couple, and I'm like, you've got a whole empty restaurant. Why are you putting me right next to somebody?
I'll tell you what,
and so
hostess is the new quarterback.
Yeah.
The hostess job is not easy anymore. You need a stud hostess nowadays.
Yeah, they're so young. Most of the hostess are so young.
You always
do. That's the captain of the ship almost. Yeah.
Yeah, that used to be your training position.
Right.
The dishwasher and the side cook and the back waiter were all training positions, and the bar back. Now they're the lead.
That's right.
The lead.
You hit the nail right on the head, because this Saturday night, I had a kind of a young hostess out there, and I was standing at the table next to her, and 2 people came in, and right now you let anybody come in. You need people, and so she was holding. Sorry about that. Somebody. Let me see how I can get this back now, huh?
You're back.
So she told them they came in around 5:00, and we had tables available, but she was holding tables like to 6:30, an hour and a half from now. And she said, "I'm sorry, we're full." I go, No. Wait, we're good. I said, 2 people? Here, I can sit you down. And I had a talk with her. And then I talked to my manager. I said, what we need on weekends, especially weekends, are the best of the best on the host system.
Yes.
And you're absolutely right, Kevin. You do need the top people right now, because you have to get these people back. You have to make them feel comfortable, and you have to make them feel like they're brand new, part of the family. You're like a brand new restaurant again.
Every day is like opening day.
Yeah.
And that's not changing, like Kevin said.
No.
Listen, you got an August thrust. First of all, it's August, okay? It's August. Everybody's either traveling, trying to travel. I mean, that hasn't changed since the lifeline of restaurants. It's August, okay?
Yeah.
And, are you giving it away, or what? What are you going to do? I mean, it's but now even August matters. Those tiny numbers matter.
Yeah.
And that's going to lead you into September. Who knows if this first wave, second wave. But what you got to realize, Lee and Lisa, is the Surgeon General of the United States, the guy that's most respected, is coming out and saying, hey, you can go protest. You can go to Walmart. Hey, go hang out at Costco. But if you go into a restaurant, you're going to die. Don't go into a restaurant or a bar because you're going to die. That's
That one I don't understand. That one.
These two guys every day face that. Everyone in my
That's ridiculous.
That's where we're at.
Yep.
So I watched Kevin.
The amazing thing is,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was going to say the amazing thing is in a restaurant, I can keep people separated better than Home Depot, better than Costco, better than Walmart, better than any place else, because I'll sit you there and you don't move anymore. At Walmart, you're looking for the bread, and at Costco, you're looking for the food, and at Home Depot, the boats, and you're all next to each other, but nobody cares. But the restaurants have become, in the bars, very dangerous. I understand.
A lot of double jeopardy that's going on without going off on the political, but a lot of double jeopardy. And like I said earlier, my biggest heroes, besides nurses, obviously, and EMTs, are grocery store workers.
Yeah.
These guys are dealing with money, packages, food, every age level. And then, you have teachers and schools that aren't going to open when they're working with the lowest risk demographic. But I feel like a lot of these guys are slipping through the cracks. So I was talking to my GM, Chris. I said, this week, I want to bring some food over to Giant. I got some of my favorite people there because we go every day when I run out of cilantro and run out of mint, whatever. But I love those guys, man. They've been through this thing just like us, thick and thin. So I really hope those guys get a little bit more spotlight as time goes on. And that might be a great guest to have on here as well, because I really think they're getting passed up when they are on the front lines every damn day.
That's a great idea, Ken.
One of the folks that we serve that it's the first ones we all call, but with the forgotten ones are the 911 dispatchers. When we served their lunch and dinner for a couple of weeks, they were crying. I swear to God.
Love it.
Nobody thinks of them, but we call them. That's the first number you call, and it's incredible. Yeah,
and they're the ones that take care of you. Yeah, they're the ones that take care of you before the responders.
Correct. Yeah. And the same thing with the grocery store. Those folks are there every single day stacking you're absolutely right. And because you said that, we're going to bring some pizza.
I love it. I love it.
Because of that, Kevin. You're absolutely right. Hey, can I throw a shout out to Lisa here real quick?
Yeah.
As beautiful as she gets all these votes and everything else. And I just want to compliment you on what you're doing. It's really an honor to just kind of talking to you last year. So
that's really sweet.
Yeah, you're very. And thank you for what you do. I appreciate it.
Yeah, the other day I raised $10,000 in one day for Wounded Warriors. I
keep voting for you.
Billy and I, we definitely had to bring Lisa in to, so we can get number one, we can get a little bit of an edge off the testosterone. And number two, we can have a little bit of beauty for the ugliness. It's the beauty and the two beasts. That's how we operate.
Billy's goatee more than Lisa. I can't lie this whole time.
Dude, that was and Kevin, you already know you've been around.
Yeah, I know. I hear
that was a complete ramrod run.
No, thank you, Lisa, for doing what you're doing. Thank you.
Oh, I really appreciate your support.
And she's a fabulous life coach, and she adds a lot to what we're doing. I'd like to say she's just another beautiful face. She's everything and that and more. She's become a very close friend. She's a confidant to trying to to fix my parade, which is a freaking circus clown show.
It's gonna take a while.
And so I'm trying to keep all that together, and that leads us into our Wednesday night show. It's called Love Hacks, and we're killing it. We're having more fun than a barrel of monkeys, because I'm on about 5 dating sites, and I can't figure it out.
Well, we'll get you there, Billy. We're still working.
I love it.
You need class, and she's class.
Right on.
She is class, and that's the difference between Billy and Lisa.
Careful. Listen.
Yeah, I know.
I know. Listen, we're trying to do a show while you were parting the Red Sea, so we're doing everything we can.
I love it.
Listen, don't forget, folks, to join with us on Wednesday nights for Love Hacks. Just look right here whatever you're watching or wherever you're watching right now, you'll find the same place to watch Love Hacks on Wednesday nights.
Hey, Kevin, you will love it, dude. I get destroyed.
I love it.
Basis. I'm just talking about these people and these beautiful profiles. They put these little rabbit ears on. They're wearing sunglasses from 30 feet away. I'm like, how am I ever going to know who you are? Cut the crap.
I want to throw up websites real quick. This is Chow
Yeah.
Austerio's website. Invite you guys to go hit that website. The menus and stuff are there, and their location, where they're located, how you can get there. I only put up Purcellville Pub, but I'm sure you can connect to the other pub, right?
Yep.
Okay.
100%.
So here's the website for Purcellville Pub. So I encourage you guys to go hit that too. If you're out there in Loudoun County, out in Ashburn, that's the spot. If you're in Centerville, as I said before, Chow is the place. And if you're traveling and want to go to Chow, head out there. They got you. And if you want to go to the pubs, one of the pubs, those guys will take care of you too. So I just wanted to make sure you guys got that little shout out there.
Thank you.
My
So if
pleasure.
I
Go ahead, Lisa.
Sal, if I come to your restaurant, what do you recommend there? What's the best dish?
Oh my goodness!
You're gonna get the whole. You're gonna get your whole
gelato. Yeah, again, the pizza is very unique. So our pizza is like there's only a couple of ovens in Virginia. It heats up to 900 degrees, makes 7 pizzas in 90 seconds. If you like, yeah, 90 seconds.
That's crazy.
That's our oven. It's a very unique oven. It's a VPN oven. It's a Neapolitan oven from Naples. Depending if you like to eat pasta, I'll recommend something. If you like to eat, seafood, we have incredible seafood. We have all sorts of folks that come to the restaurant to eat all the time. So just let us know what you like, and I'll guide you. Come over, give me a call.
Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, I'm
I'll
gonna
be there.
stop
I would
in.
love to meet you.
I'll go with you, Lisa.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Hey, Kevin.
And I'm coming to get some wings.
There you go.
Okay. Hey, Kevin, I was looking at your Facebook, and I saw that shrimp salad sandwich subs, whatever. Oh, my goodness. I was like, I am going. Yep. That is what I'm getting.
So it's funny because in Ashburn, and Billy knows, and I stole this from Billy and Jimmy Cerrito. Jimmy Cerrito and Billy told me you can make anything into a promotion. I was at Jimmy's Old Town Tavern one night. It was dead. There was 8 of us. People were leaving, and Jimmy got on the microphone, put on his sunglasses, and said, "We're gonna have a paper airplane contest, and you're gonna win a Jimmy's T-shirt." Whoop-de-doo. You would have thought it was the goddamn Super Bowl, right? We're all throwing paper airplanes, and I'll never forget that. So in this day and age, we can't do the promos anymore. I can't do my 80s night, really, right? I can't do a pop-up party. So what we do is every other week, we do a really interesting and simple, high-margin food special. We did Slider Week, Grilled Cheese Week. This week, we did a shrimp salad and a chicken salad on a toasted roll. People love it, and they can get it to go. So we're throwing out like very creative, but not crazy, simple food items, comfort food that makes people happy. And we get our whole staff promoting it. I'm a social media maniac. I love it. So I have my every bartender, every server, every manager, they're sharing it. It's an army, right? And we promote that. So you see the shrimp salad's amazing, the chicken salad. So with our pivoting, we're trying to figure out ways to make people happy and interested. And in Purcellville, we're also going to do a bike ride down the WO&D trail and meet back there. So that's the closest thing we can do to a party. So now we have to do it through our food specials. So we try to make those fun. But the chicken salad is amazing, and the shrimp salad is real good. So
I can't wait. I'm going to definitely head out there when I get back.
I got you.
And I'm going to come out there for sure.
What Kevin said, it's what Sal does with his specials. And like Kevin said, I mean, it's always, I remember when Jimmy would put on his Viking helmet, and we would do the onion ring toss.
Yeah.
If you got the onion ring around the Viking helmet, and you would think, like Kevin said, it's amazing. You don't have to give away thousands of dollars.
Nope.
You just gotta, you have identified with people, engage them, and do things.
Yeah.
That's how we got through the 80s and 90s. And guys like this keep it moving forward. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing.
That's cool,
I talked to a good friend of my father's who was an aviator in Vietnam. And they'll talk about different things, and then at some point in any of these conversations with these, the geriatric crowd that's way past me. I know I use that term lightly. They'll say, "Man, do you know this dude at Centerville, the jet pilot guy serving food?" I said, "We all know him. Are you kidding me? He's a legend." So it doesn't take much. Kevin, you'll remember this because Kevin. Both Keith Hurley, Kevin Tracy, Al Chazzy, all the Jody Taylor, all the people we learned from. Hey, listen, it doesn't take it takes no effort to shake a hand. It takes no effort to cook it right. It
That's
takes
right.
no effort to approach a table. It takes no effort to take the time to make somebody feel like they're at home.
That's
it.
right.
Absolutely.
Now more than
Both
ever.
you guys exemplify that.
Kevin, you and I run such a similar business. I feel like I've known you. One of my favorite sitcom used to be Cheers.
Love it.
Everybody likes to go where everybody knows someone, right?
Yep.
Right.
That's the difference in success and failure. Because you can go to a restaurant and you're just a number, just a seat, just a filler. And then you can go somewhere where you feel like family, like at our restaurant at Chow, and it seems like you run the same kind of restaurant. That's where people want to come. That's what makes us the difference is success and faith.
There's nothing sexier than the sound of your own name. And if someone remembers your name, it's so key. And people can go get a 6-pack and go home and drink. They don't come to the pub and drink a $3 or $4 beer because of the value or the deal. They come because they like my bartender, Robin, who's a rock star. They talk to my manager, Maddie, or we're telling stories, or, I know because they're a Nats fan, I put the Nats game on before they get to the bar. And like Billy said, that stuff is free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it's a lost art in this day and age.
You could say that again, Kev. It's a lost art, but the people that are successful right now, the ones that are successful, Julie Bazin in Vienna, one of my legendary heroes, her and her chef, they were in there every day, prepping, cleaning. It's all they could do. It's all they know. And I would watch her post at 1 a.m. going, "We're lost. We don't know what to do." And then the next day it was, "We're found." Somebody came in and just said thank you. And
just keep going.
People don't understand. They don't understand that, like Kevin said, important. Lee and Lisa, very important. These guys spend years, and trust me, I've done it my whole life, where I'm fielding Little League. Can I get a donation? Can I get this? Can you give me a gift card? I'm bringing a crowd in. Can you give me a discount? Listen, I don't go to Giant and say, "Hey, listen, I'm shopping for an entire restaurant. Can you give me 20% off? How about a gift card from the hair cuttery?" It doesn't work that way for us. But these guys hit the nail on the head. Now, somebody posted it. It took the biggest, largest cojones. But I know the restaurant that did it. I'm not going to shout them out, but they did. They said, "Listen, we've been there for you to the tune of about $10,000 to $20,000 a year. Where are you going to be for us? Where's it's our turn." You guys didn't have to do that. You've been doing it all along, and they responded in kind.
They did. It was heartwarming. I think we all touched on it, but there were days where I come home and almost cry. I'm like, "Did you see what this guy did?" Or so-and-so dropped $100. Like it's amazing. Yeah.
You cried.
Twice.
We had a customer that called us. He goes, he said, he goes, "You want a check or cash?" I said, "I'm sorry." I said, "I don't understand because I want to donate the money." I said, "Well, whatever it's easy for you is for your employees." He goes, "I want to send you $5,000. Excuse me? I said, "But I said, can I have your name?" She goes, "My name is not important. It's what you do for the community that is important." So they sent us $5,000 to share among the employees. I mean, it's just like, I swear, I've cried more. And as a fighter pilot, you're not supposed to cry because you're supposed to be, the Tom Cruise, the tough guy. And I have learned.
You are Tom Cruise.
You're Maverick.
I have learned.
Tom Cruise, a naval aviator.
What was it? The Skeeter?
The generosity has just been overwhelming. It truly has. It has been overwhelming. So we're very thankful. We're very thankful. And to friends like you guys.
You guys are the poster poster men for this. Like I said, I personally have watched the young man, Kevin Bednaris, come from the respect that he gave to everybody before him, the legendary status he's achieved, the growth, a family man, there for everybody. He just lost one of his crew. I lost one of my crew a month ago. Danny Wolf, God bless, one of the best bartenders I ever met in my life. And it was devastating because it was the first one. He was the first one of our group. Little Joe, Mike O'Neill, Jimmy, all of my people. He was the first guy. And we were like, so I know where Kevin's at with the loss of Steve. And this guy, legendary.
Legend.
But guess what? Everybody's battling something. Lisa,
right.
Everybody's battling something. And this makes it even worse. So you guys are industry leaders. You're legendary in your communities. And what an honor to watch this. I have been so excited to have you guys on the show. And
Thank you.
it's amazing. Just amazing. And I've seen amazing things in my career. I've been a part of amazing things. But watching you guys, it transcends it.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you for the invite. Thank you, Lisa, too. Thank you.
Oh, it
For,
was great to meet you.
come over, give me a ring, and we'll
Yes.
Oh, we're all coming. We might even do it. We might even do
We're gonna
it.
go by Kevin to go have some wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should.
Come out and do our show from.
Where are you
That's what I
most,
was saying.
Yeah.
where are you
Do a
at?
live feed.
Which store are you at most, Kevin?
Personal. I live 2 minutes from the one here. So Ashburn, like I said, it's a juggernaut. It runs itself. But I
No.
go there probably 4 times a week, but I'm in person a lot.
We'll come and see you there.
Yeah, let me know.
Absolutely.
Well, let us
Yeah, we
all know when you're going, Sal. Maybe we'll make
Yeah,
it
we'll
a
do it.
party. But
We'll make it
I
a big
love
party,
the
yeah.
fact that I know that the Love Hack show is going to be great because chow, love, Italian style. Come on, that's going to be a fabulous place for us. And Bednaris, we're going to pick a night and do the Nova Nation.
Yeah, come on over. No.
Billy, you got to
And,
get Tinder. Billy, you got to get a Tinder date and take her to Chow and have him
Yeah.
do the full Italiano like schmooze, and make you look
Yeah.
like the
I
Yeah,
brought a
Godfather.
date there. I brought a date
Yeah,
there.
That'd be great for our show.
Yeah.
I brought a date there, a match date. And I
Yeah.
told Sal, I got a date. He was kind to her. She came in, she sat down, mommy, not out much, that kind of stuff. Good date. It started out really well. And then it happened. Guy turns around at the bar, Billy Riley, my buddy, what's going on, dude? Where have you been? I was like,
Yep.
fuck, you gotta be kidding me. And then the girl sits down at the table next to me. She goes, I used to tend bar at the sign of the whale. You were quite the player back then. Hey, it's awesome seeing you. I was like, shit. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And that's, you know what? I'm never eating somewhere around that kind of stuff because it was like she got up to the table. She goes, I've had a really interesting time, player. I'll see ya.
Yeah. But what she didn't tell you, Billy, and what Sal hasn't told you, is she's coming back in there every couple of days. She loves the restaurant so much.
Listen, between these two guys, I can't hide anywhere. There's nowhere I'm going to go at those two places that I'm not going to get barreled out.
That's right.
So I doubt it's going to be a date night, but I'll bring Lisa in just so I can fend off the crowd.
Yeah.
I will queue up the rush.
All right.
Yeah, listen, I'll have to come in too and make sure to keep everybody's hands to themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I love seafood, so I want to see your seafood menu.
We have some really good.
Especially when Lisa wins this contest, and it'll be awesome.
Can you
I
believe-
still need
can you
a lot of
believe it?
votes.
Right
And-
now she's
and,
1-2 in the nation. 1-2 right there. Lisa
Yeah.
Marie 1-2 in the nation.
Well, there's
Yeah.
3 more
In this
days
contest.
left for the semifinals, and if I make it to the finals, there's only 8 contestants in there, and I'll be one of them. But I got to make it
might have
past.
to take you out in the next day or two to go see Kevin at his place, put him into his role, and then we'll see Sal on the way home for an after dinner drink, just so you can get on their coffers. Because I'm telling you what,
Absolutely.
you guys, maniacs, they
Love
will
it.
jump on everything.
We need to do one of our shows up there. That'd be fun.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's
We'll
what I'm
have to
saying.
plan that
And
out
Kevin,
maybe in
before
August time.
and before we sign off, Lee, Kevin,
Yeah.
tell us about your drink and draw.
So when this all went down, how funny is this? Everybody started doing this. Everybody was on Zoom all of a sudden doing live stream. And I was worried that I couldn't kind of get through, right? So what I started doing, which I've done for years, is I get myself a bourbon and people commission me to do artwork, or I just do it for fun. I was doing a drink and draw. And I think I did probably 2 or 3 a week, March, April, May, into June. And it literally was my happy hour. It was cathartic. It was my reprieve. But I would sell my artwork for $50, $100, $200. And I put that in the fund for my employees to keep the lights on and to give my bartenders money. And it was just, again, just community cathartic thing. And people were messaging me like, when's the next one? Like that. I look forward to that every day. Like people look forward to your show. Like that was their thing. And it was just another layer to stay connected to the community. And I got to drink and have fun. I could tell my wife, I got to go draw. I got to. Like, I got to go draw. I don't want to drink, but I got to.
Hey, guys, I'm not talking about a little sketch thing. The guy's talented. Okay,
Yeah.
he's talented. And he's doing one-off prints.
Yep.
Captain America.
Really?
He does rock stars, whatever comes into his head.
I
What
want
are
to
you
see
doing tonight?
this.
I was
wanna
actually
see-
hand painting growlers and auctioning them off on eBay, and people could get them filled with beer, and people were doing like $300, and I give it to my staff. Like it just became this. I would never want to go through this again. but in a weird way, it was fun to see what we could do as a team in a weird way, right? Like, it was like we did, like Sal said, we came together. So that's another thing.
We've learned a lot in this process, and we've got more to learn, of course. But this has changed a lot of how people have doing their business, because they've noticed that because they've had to, maybe that's a better way to do things. And so that's going to carry forward. So we got to look at this in a positive sense, Kevin, just like you said. That's what we're all about here with More Joy Media that produces this show, which is my little baby. But More Joy Media, my whole plan is to build a whole community around it so that we can all support each other, just like you guys support each other. The restaurant industry supports each other. We need to do that as a whole community. And that's what I'm looking forward to trying being in front of.
Well, Lee, you've done a fabulous job. I've been watching you for months. That's why I brought my ideas to you for some things. And we've worked hard at it. It's really coming along. Our second show out of the gate, we had 1,000 viewers and over 700 shares, and it's a numbers game in what we're doing. But I will say this, and I am deep in the industry, and I love the people in it, and I try to help people. The two guys that we have on this show are industry leaders, and they're industry leaders
without a doubt,
each in their own ways. And I've watched one of them from a pup to become a prince of leaders. And I can't tell you, as a son of a general in the military, the honor that I have just to know Sal Spiezel. And he's a war hero. He's a pilot. He's turned into a family guy. There's nothing more than I love watching him post his daughter jumping off off a diving board onto a raft, and he busts her balls by saying, "There's the Olympic dive team." It just splatters.
She was jumping on the pizza slice.
All of it together, Kevin's son, his wife, Sal's family, Lisa's journey, Lee producing all kinds of great things. This is the reason that this industry and what we're trying to do is surviving.
Thank you.
Yep. It's right, because you know what? Doing the right thing is always the right thing, and positivity wins. And it sounds cliche, but eventually,
it's true. It's true.
Eventually, you get it. And as much as I want to go on Facebook and blast a paragraph, and I might type it out, then I hit delete, and I feel better.
Yeah.
You can't. I'm going to post a picture of my kid playing on his computer, or me jumping in the pool, or me at work, because just like Billy said, positivity breeds positivity. And once people understand it, I don't care if it takes you guys 100 episodes, whatever it's going to do, the More Joy thing is, it's going to work. It's going to work.
Well, we're working hard at it, Kevin, and watching, I was like, what did he just do? And some TikTok, I was like, what the hell was that? I mean, how does he make his screen go like this and it still looks cool? I mean, what is he doing? And then I watched Sal, and
you'll never understand, Billy.
Meticulous, table to table, how he's doing things, and I'm watching all of this stuff, and dude, I've got to call my kid just so I can dial my phone the right way. And I'm like,
that's all right.
They're amazing with what they're doing, and they're revolutionizing what's happening. It's amazing. It's like my own TV show. I tune in to watch what Kevin Bednaris is doing, and then I tune in to see what Sal Spiezel is doing. It's a daily thing, and it's fabulous.
Love it.
And then, of course, I tune in to see what Lisa's doing, because if I don't, she's going to kick my ass, and we don't get these votes in.
That's right.
All right, guys, I want to thank you very much. Kevin Bednaris with Percival Pub and Ashburn Pub. Sal, man, thank you for your service to our country. Number one, Skeeter.
Yes, thank you for your service.
Guys, go to chowastoria.com and support both of these gentlemen, because they're supporting their communities. That's the most important. What goes around comes around, right? That's the whole positive. You be positive, you're going to get positive.
Yeah.
And, there's always going to be an anomaly of an idiot, but mostly if you stay positive, everything else is positive. I try to stay positive all the time. I had a double lung transplant a year ago, and I've just kept positive. People say to me all the time, "Oh my God, Lee, you're a hero." What? I'm not, I don't get that. But it's just about being happy, dude, being content with your life. And if that's what we can do and be better and good at it, then that's all right. Also, people watching right now, please like and share, folks. Like and share. We appreciate you. We want to know who you are. And that way we can say things like, hey, Brian Smith, Clark Crawford, Adam Sloper, Kat Hickman, Matt Supley, Jody McDermott, Christy Kidwell, Stephen Brewster, and so many others tuning in tonight. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate everything you do.
It was great to meet you both. You're wonderful guys.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Billy.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
You got it.
Peace out. Have a great weekend. Or a great rest of the week. It's Monday after all.
That's right.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Cheers.
All right, guys. What we want you to do is we want you to remember that coming back here tonight at 8:30 tonight, at 8:30 is going to be our show, Trivia Extravaganza. So we hope you join us. Thanks a lot, guys. It's always on Monday nights. Thanks for watching our show tonight, and we hope to see you next time. And don't forget also Wednesday nights, Love Hacks with Lisa and Billy and I, and that's when Billy gets the most grief from everybody. So we hope you enjoy yourselves. Join us on Wednesday nights, 7 o'clock, and of course tonight later at 8:30.